that my kids were first time on Sunday. When he bought costumes. Yeah. And he found that dress. And he's like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. And I'm like,
oh my
God. I feel weird
okay.
at the same time. Okay.
Alright. Hi everyone. Welcome to the horror show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Brittini Lee. I'm Susie from Slaughter.
And I'm Skinner Sweet. What's up, guys?
And this is the horror show news with blues.
I think I'm the only one with it at the moment, but take it down.
Alright, so...
I got some special lovely guests.
I can go acquire some...
I know, I need to get some booze myself. Would you mind grabbing some? If someone would mind grabbing some, that'd be amazing.
Wow.
I'll go get some booze.
This very 21st century of us.
I know, right? Alright, guys, so happy Halloween, Damien. Thank you very much. Loving the costumes. Appreciate it. Chandra Rollbunner says I'm a cat.
Oh.
Alright,
Okay.
Fuego.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Lead us into this week's stories, please.
Yes, so this is the news with booze, and the first is a exclusive story that was tossed out to us by Bloody Disgusting this past week, and damn, we are getting a sequel, or at least a spin-off of sorts, to The Devil's Rejects, man, and goddamn it, definitely Rob Zombie's best movie, The Devil's Rejects, for me, and so, they all died at the end of the second one, so then the hail of gunfire, the fucking, it's a free bird, they all got killed. So, I don't know, how the hell does he do this? Is it a spin-off, prequel, whatever the hell? It would have to be like a House of a Thousand Corpses prequel, I guess, but, I don't know. I love Rob Zombie as a director, so, except for 31, I thought was a little lacking.
Yeah, especially his little commentary at the end. He's like, I just had to come up with something real quick that everyone would love. Fuck you, man.
I admitted that I did not put very much effort into this.
Yeah, that didn't exactly sit well with me either. Sucker.
Yeah, it was pretty frustrating. And this, I mean, if it's a prequel, how are they going to do it? Because a couple of the cast members are no longer alive. So that's going to make it pretty tough. I guess if they just stick with the Devil's Rejects trio, they can pull it off. But even Sid is getting very limited in his movement.
Don't you be talking to about Sid.
He's getting very limited in his movement.
He's my man.
He's getting very limited in his movement.
He's my man.
Alright.
So don't you be talking to him. Okay.
Where we go?
Yeah, I'm moderately in, like, I don't know.
I did not like House of a Thousand Corpses. I did like The Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
Why did you like House of a Thousand?
It was
because I thought the ending was way, like, all over the place. It was unfocused. It didn't, alright. It was way all over the place. It was unfocused. It was, you know what? It was a pain in the ass. And it was, like, they gave him money, like, at the end, like, here's a bunch of money, go reshoot an ending. And so the ending is now nonsensical. The movie is not good. But The Devil's Rejects was really good.
Because it wasn't quite even a horror movie. It was something totally different. I felt like House of a Thousand Corpses was tropey, whereas Devil's Rejects is definitely his best film for a reason. So I would hope it would be more in the vein of the second to the first film. So, but what do you guys think? Yeah, these two have beverages at there.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Are you excited about this Devil's Rejects return to the world or not?
The Sid Haig, he's my man. He's amazing.
Bring him back.
He's my man.
Alright, so
now
I'll do the next one.
Yeah.
So the next story is that apparently you can't keep a good found footage franchise down.
True.
And that is to say that The Blair Witch is being developed for a TV series now.
No.
I agree, especially after that last film. Right?
Oh, wow, no.
It's just okay, but it totally bombed at the box office.
Yeah.
How
the fuck did they get funding for this?
It's still a popular franchise amongst a lot of people, despite the fact that it kind of sucks.
Despite the fact that it kind of sucks.
There's some things you just let go.
Yeah. Let it go.
Let it go. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. That's what you doing. Now this is
no, Blair Witch. How are they gonna make it out into a TV series?
There was discussion. It might be an anthology with like different people in those woods, or it might be found footage, or it might be a combination of both. Who the hell knows? But the co-director, I should say, Eduardo Sanchez. He was the one who announced this on a podcast with who the hell is it again? Diminishing Returns. So It's apparently actively being developed. He's trying to find a network, and
No,
wouldn't divulge details beyond that.
I think it takes away from the story. I mean, if you make it into a series like that, I don't know.
Why? Why would they do this?
I don't
Why,
know.
guys? Why?
That makes no sense. And I'm here because I'm a big old negative Nancy, apparently.
Yeah, and we love you for it. And she speaks brutally honestly.
Yeah, I'm just being
Brutally,
honest.
honestly,
By the way,
Von Slaughter.
I know. I feel that it would really take away from the story. You know. Yeah.
Well, they didn't really. I mean, they said an interesting enough conversation, but just didn't really do much with it that was memorable for me. There you go. That's the Susie we all know and love. Well, hell, why don't we just jump to the next story now? Which
Do it.
the fact that we have a third season of Preacher officially announced by Mr. Seth Rogen. Susie, have you seen any of Preacher at all?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, nice then.
Good answer.
I was wondering. I know this is a very busy lady, which is why we're happy to have her here this evening.
Yeah,
She's tough to nail down, but
I got them little children.
all them little chillin'.
I got
Yeah.
4 little children. So you guys are lucky. So you're welcome.
You're welcome. That's
Yeah.
another Disney song. Jesus
You
Christ,
know.
it's horrible.
You're welcome.
So, Preacher, third season. I thought the first season was meh, and I'm a huge fan of the comic, but the second season nailed that shit down proper. It improved significantly, so I'm hoping that
Why is that?
they can improve. The chemistry amongst the characters was better. It wasn't a prequel. You know, I hated the fact that the original season was a prequel to what was the first comic book. It was slow, it was meandrous, and kind of shitty, but the book picks up steam as it goes, and the series seems to be doing the same thing. At least for me.
I don't know. I haven't seen that far.
You haven't seen that far up?
No,
Yeah, well, I mean,
I've seen
that
Preacher
far.
the second season, the second season has started out way stronger than the first season. Right, thank you.
Wow.
Started off way. Is it done? Is it messed up?
No, you're lucky.
All right. So the second season was a lot stronger than the first season.
You guys are about to witness
Yes,
magic.
yes.
Still
Thank
not
you. I
good.
could really use
Thank
this.
you.
Still not a perfect show, but I mean,
Oh, she's
I don't
a
know.
keeper?
Since I enjoy the source material so fucking much,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love the Preacher comic book.
Do you think it coincides with the series?
No, it's a melding of all kinds of ideas. Like the second season it took place in Nolans, which was the 6th book. So I mean, they're picking and choosing and just mushing it together. But this one just, I don't know.
So what do you think? What do you
It
find?
felt better.
What do you find more pleasing?
That stuff I mentioned, the fact that they seem to have better chemistry now. They seem to have figured out how to balance all three characters, and Tulip, the chick, isn't annoying me as much.
That chick isn't annoying me as much.
Yeah.
So what do
She
you
was the worst
PC.
part of the original
Okay,
series for
so
me,
what do
besides all the
you-
disposable characters that all got killed. Spoilers at the end of the first season. The whole town blows the fudge up.
So what are you hoping for in the next series?
Yeah, for you.
Well, since I haven't completely finished the second season, I'm not sure what's gonna. There's 9 books. I mean, and they're only on the second season of the show, so they could go all kinds of different places. They go to Arizona in the later books and try to seek out some advice about the crazy God spirit, thing, Genesis that's inside of them. And so, yeah, they could go a lot of places. They could go to Europe. They could go to San Francisco. I mean, it's a road series, and that's why I didn't like the first one, because it was grounded in the town, whereas this new one, it's a lot
Well,
more
for some
moving.
people who didn't read the comics, I mean that would be a good starting off point, right?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
No?
Sure.
I'm fucking stupid. I'm
Hey,
not.
move back. Let room for Wonder Woman here.
Go fuck yourself.
I mean, you scooted your chair up.
Because
she
and
wasn't
her
there.
out.
We are
Yeah.
struggling to keep
Come here,
everyone in
Wonder
frame
Woman.
today. Come on, Wonder Woman.
Sit on my lap, girl.
AKA Brittany Lee.
Sinister
Yeah.
Cinema Review says the
There
Zac
you go.
Efron news is not true, by the way. I don't know
Yeah, I
if
didn't
that's-
think that it was. It's not.
Okay, yep. So
Not
it's
even
not on
on
our
our
list.
list,
All right.
man. But yeah,
Red Film
let's
Video's here. Mariano's here.
move on to the next story.
Yep. S. Rose is here. Great costume. Thank you very much. Damian Dennis, Preacher is a great interpretation. To borrow a term from Jaime, people get mad because it isn't exact, but
No,
I
girl,
recommend it to
you're good.
everyone. So, all right, go ahead. Ooh, people are gonna really tune in now.
Yeah, they will.
Yes.
Yeah, they will. The yin and the yang over here.
Yeah, indeed.
So the next thing is that
Yeah,
we have-
Susie's back, guys. By
I
the
know.
way.
Hey!
Speaking of the gothic witch in the room.
Yes! Yes, please. Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so it was announced a few months ago that Tom Holland, no, not Spider-Man Tom Holland, Tom Holland, the director, the guy who did Fright Night and Child's Play and all kinds of other awesome shit, he is retaining the rights in 2019 to the Fright Night films, and he wants to make a sequel and all this other stuff. But beforehand, he is putting out a novel, a Fright Night novel called Fright Night Resurrection, and it is coming out on the 20th of February, according to Amazon, and the news is all confirmed from the director. So, who likes Fright Night? Either the original or the remake?
I like the remake a lot. I like the original too.
Way better than I thought it was going to be.
Sorry to say that I haven't seen everyone.
No.
Oh no!
Oh, you can get off my lap now.
The remake was a lot better than I thought, and that was because of the actors that they assembled for it. Anton Yelchin, rest peace, sir. Yeah, we also had who played the vampire? It was Colin
Farrell.
Colin Farrell. Yeah.
And it was McLovin who played the best friend.
He did, yeah. The yeah, but the original has a very special place in my heart. It's 80s cheese. It has the annoying neighbor on Married with Children, Marcy, before she turned into a super bitch and stuff. And yeah, she's like the love interest that is glamored by the vampire. So I'm stoked for this.
So
it's only 300-page little paperback, and you guys know how much I love to read-y. So
Reezy?
Reedsy,
You love the Reedsy?
Reedsy,
Oh,
yeah. Maybe if you want, we could do
Cecil, fuck.
we could do a book review or something for the channel, possibly. But do you guys think this is cool? Who's actually seen Fright Night 2, where they got the vampires and they're bowling, and oh my god, the second one was shit. But anyway, first one is great, remake is great, seek those ones out. And if you want to laugh, check out Fright Night 2.
That was very funny.
Fright Night 2 to be proud of.
Yeah, David Tennant was also in the remake. David Tennant, nothing to be sneezed at. He was the 10th and, in my opinion, best Doctor Who there was. Yeah. So,
Fright Night was dope, though. That was one that my dad really liked. I remember sneaking out and seeing the cover of it. And
amazing.
Yeah, back in the 80s, my dad actually used to watch horror movies, despite being a Bible teacher and all this stuff. He watched Fright Night and Aliens. And
Sweet. What about your dad?
Sinister Cinema Review says, I've seen all 4 Fright Night films. I have as well. The fourth one is Fright Night 2 featuring H.G. Wells from Warehouse 13.
We got Horror Show Power.
Yeah,
Horror Show Power! Horror Show Power! It was a part 2 of the remake, but it barely had anything to do with it.
Wait, what did we
Sinister
level
Cinema.
up
Come on,
to?
who are
That
you
means we
talking
have to take I think that means we all have to take a drink.
Take a drink! Horror Show Power!
Bam,
Cheers!
bam,
Cheers!
bam.
Cheers!
Saluting. We love you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween Horror Show. Silly Willy TV says, love your costumes. Are you guys going to do a Stranger Things Season 2 discussion?
We will at some point.
Yes.
We will. Not today, but we will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brittany and I are 5 episodes in, and we're fucking loving it so far.
No episodes in.
It's so good.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
your
You
love
know
for
what I
life.
see deep in? Disney. Oh,
You're
I love
knee
Disney.
deep in Disney.
You're knee deep in Disney,
That
huh?
sounds
I'm
that
knee
sounds
deep
pretty
in
dirty.
Disney.
That sounds very
You
dirty.
seem to be LOD.
Horror Show for life!
We need to
Hey, what's next?
All right, so the next is
Oh, you would like
the
this.
next is an announcement that, according to Deadline, Clive Barker is going around pitching a Nightbreed television series that is set to be produced by Morgan Creek, who are no longer called Morgan Creek. You can't hear me with this list. This sweet list.
Fuck out of here.
Morgan
That's
Creek
my bitch.
Productions is changing their name to Morgan Creek Entertainment Group because they want to focus more on television, digital, different forms of stuff besides films, and so. Nightbreed TV series. I think there's enough within the mythology where it could be interesting.
Sure.
It's why I
It'd
wanted
be more
us.
interesting than the director's cut of the movie, which was slow and boring.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm trying to remember if Clive Barker directed that one himself, and I think
Fuck
he
you.
did.
I can still make
Correct me
those
if I'm wrong,
noises.
guys.
Fuck you.
Did Barker direct Nightbreed?
that
I'm trying to remember,
ring
and
out
I
of
don't
your
have the phone
fucking-
right next to me. But who would be up for a Nightbreed television series? You guys in the comments, let us know. Girls, have either of you seen Nightbreed?
Y'all know Nightbreed? Clive Barker?
Yeah.
Median?
Yep.
All kinds of interesting, prosthetic effects for
Yeah,
all the
big
monsters.
fat
They got
no.
a huge face.
Big fat no from the girls?
Take it. 4 episodes and it's great
alright,
so far.
yeah,
It's
no,
turned into a
Nightbreed-
Stranger Things discussion.
The original Nightbreed might be good. The director's cut is extraordinarily bloated and slow. It was extraordinarily bloated and slow.
Was it?
Was
it?
It was very slow. Yeah, no, I was not a fan. Anyway, let's move on.
So, okay, yeah, we are moving on, guys, because we have lots of
I'm
stories
interested in a series, but I would have to see who's doing it and when and why.
Yeah, and there's no guarantees it's even going into the development. But the fact that he wants to do it, I think, is cool news. So, yes, next up, guys. This is news that really, really excites the nerd that I was. The chubby, glasses, flat-top kid that I've been playing video games and having a blast. I still don't have enough time to game, which blows. But Contra was one of my favorite
Contra rocks!
Ever, dude. Up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, select, start. I think that was the Konami code.
That's the Konami code, yep.
Yeah, yeah. So I played the hell out of the original game, which came out in '87, and then Super Contra or Super C or Contra 3. God damn, there's been like almost a dozen of these video games, and so they're making it into both a movie and a TV series. So they're going like full-on multimedia with fucking Contra, which I think is dope because of the fact that it was really, it borrowed a lot from Aliens in that third video game where you're like shooting the big creatures that look just like the alien queens and stuff.
Look, everything borrowed from Aliens after Aliens came out.
True, true. But,
Konami code is law.
Yeah, I completely concur. So, the girls might not have as much to comment on
this. Is the show animated or live action?
That was one thing that they did. There you go. That was one thing they did not confirm. They didn't confirm that they said live action for the movie, but there was no distinction for the TV series. So who the hell knows if it would be a Netflix, if it would be on a network or something. But I think it's cool that they're doing it, man. Get some Marines in there shooting up crazy creatures. Fuck yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah, I'd be into it. Like a G.I. Joe with monsters,
Pretty much.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah, G.I. Joe versus...
Brittany, what do you think?
Awesome.
G.I. Joe versus...
I don't know what you're talking about.
She's G.I. Joe.
So yeah, no, I mean, Konami...
Monsters.
Contra series, I'd be down for that. What's next, Fuego?
Next is going to be the fact that... This is probably the news I'm most excited to talk about.
Ooh!
So, the director of It had originally said, Andrzej Smochetti, he was like, I really, really want to remake Pet Sematary.
Right.
It's one of the best films.
Not happening.
Not happening.
That's a shame.
Paramount has decided to go with a different team, and honestly, it's a team that intrigues me a lot, despite the fact that they only have, I think, one film under their belt. But Starry Eyes is a movie that is so, I think, reflective of all the shit that's going on in Hollywood right now, with all of this outrage about women being mistreated and blah 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 blah. Unfortunately, it's a disgusting reality of the industry that's been there probably pretty much forever. And so the fact that now all of this
the Harvey Weinstein of it all.
That's what I'm implying, yeah, and all the other people who are being thrown the fuck under the bus, and that was...
Oh, because he's never mind.
Yeah, I talked with a lot of friends about Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, a lot of my friends...
So many speech impediments with the costume.
No, they're pretty great. Kevin Spacey, I was a really big fan, man.
He's a hell of an actor. It's really unfortunate.
But what's really unfortunate about this is, yes, there's always that going on in Hollywood. But at the same time, there's always people looking for fame and money. So,
and there are people willing to do that for that.
Right, exactly.
Have either of you girls seen the movie about this actress who does some really nasty satanic stuff?
Oh, honey, I've been through it all. I've seen it myself.
I thought you had, my dear.
Just being in Arizona.
You came out looking alright, though.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg should remake Pet Sematary? Yeah, there's no way in hell that would ever happen. Steven Spielberg is not on Pet Sematary level anymore.
Yeah.
Hasn't been for 4 years.
Yeah, and honestly, I think the Ready Player One looks kind of personally.
It doesn't look that great, but the book is okay.
Well,
the book has a lot of problems too.
Speaking
I'm sorry,
of books, man.
Everything you do to my face makes me itchy.
Just tap.
That's what I was doing.
You have no face. No.
Tap.
Your face
tap.
Tap. Touch it.
Tap. Sucker.
Tap. Tap.
I can't help it. It's so itchy.
Oh my god.
You tap
thank you.
with the tip of a finger. You don't tap with the whole
no, I would like to see. Oh, there's so many remakes.
The book
now.
is so goddamn good, though, and
Yeah.
although I love the original film, I think it's been 30 years. I mean, they're not going to take the original film away from me. You know, they could go a little darker with it than they did.
I just hate Susie.
Hey,
Funny.
let's go.
What's next, Fuego?
That shows what's happening, guys. So, the next one is very befitting news here on Halloweeny 2017.
Yeah!
Yeah, because of the fact that Mike Doherty has said that his next project following Godzilla King of the Monsters is in fact confirmed to be
Sam, we
Trick or
just
Treat 2.
talked about the fact that the director of the new It is not directing on Pet Cemetery. Come on, listen to what we're talking about.
Jesus, Sam.
God,
he-
Sam.
He wanted to do it, but
No,
yeah,
really,
no,
Sam's always the first one on the stream, so
I've had
I'm
my face
busting his
painted
balls.
this evening, and
I'm
trust
busting
me,
his balls.
I'm pretty itchy and still itches after washing it off.
Someone
Well,
wants to
Sam-
know.
So Cecil.
There you go.
Do you want me to
So
do
someone
it?
wants to know the worst Halloween costumes that we've ever had. The worst Halloween
Worst?
costumes. It's right there.
Worst costume we've ever had? I mean, stuff when I didn't even have a costume was the worst costume I ever had.
That's me right now.
I still remember a friend of mine who
I
dressed
agree.
as...
No, it's me right now. Truly.
What would you do for
I
Halloween?
swear to God, as soon as I go and see my
Elvira?
children, they're going to be like, what the fuck?
What would you do for Halloween?
I don't even know. I'm so wrapped up in my own children.
Big surprise.
It's
Just kidding.
Mean.
I'm just kidding. Of course, they deserve it. Oh, you're gonna mess up my hand.
actually didn't.
Oh, your hand and my face.
Because
So
I
yeah,
know
Trick
how
or
to
Treat
touch
2.
Trick or Treat 2, I'm excited about. Is by Michael Doherty?
Mm-hmm. It's his next project after the Godzilla
Well,
movie
he says he
working on.
wants it to be. That doesn't necessarily mean it will be.
No, lots of outlets were pretty much implying that he's very...
I'm excited
Adamant
about
about
that
that.
then. I'm
Yeah.
excited about that. Trick or Treat is,
He announced
in my
it in
opinion, the
2013.
best Halloween horror movie that's ever come out. Fuck Halloween.
I love
I think it's better than
Trick or
Halloween.
Treat.
I think it's better than
I
Halloween.
think it's better than Halloween. The scene with
Which
Yes.
which side are you on?
Wait,
Trick or
what's
Treat.
trick or
Okay.
treat?
the scene
The one
with
with Sam. There was the intercut stories and the little kid in the burlap sack
Yeah.
with the broken lollipop.
I have to agree.
Have you
with
not seen
Cecil,
that?
Unfortunately.
Brittany might not have seen that.
Hmm.
We
Yeah.
did a review on it. That was actually our
all,
first
that
trio
was all
review.
three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a regular and a spoiler
That's
for
like
it.
3 years ago
Yeah,
at this
I know.
point. Can you believe that?
And I haven't been pregnant. Wait, yes, I have.
Yeah, a few times.
I'm not pregnant
Yeah,
now.
that was 2014, bro. Crazy.
Oh, that's been done.
Ah. Yeah, Trick or Treat, awesome. Just,
Sam Power says he can't bust my balls. I never had them. So Sam is a girl apparently.
Ah.
Wait, what?
Ha ha ha. That's funny.
What do you think?
Sam
Is my
Power.
makeup still there? Because I keep.
Sam Power says
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
bust my
you're
balls.
good.
Never had them. Sam
Oh,
Power.
Hilarious.
It's pretty annoying.
He also
And,
said he was going to make it a year before Krampus, and he changed his mind.
I know, he's changed his mind like 2 or 3 times. So, hey, he announced it in 2013. It's
I will fucking
according to something that he... where's
Whoa!
my source?
That's not fair.
So he was on...
Sam's a guy. All right, I don't know.
Yeah, this is a
What
very
is that?
binding thing.
Never
though.
had them. What does that mean? You're a guy, but you never had balls. That's confusing.
Oh. You have to
That's
think of it in
confusing.
the figurative sense, maybe.
I
You know,
guess,
you're
I'm
like,
just
yeah, I'm
saying.
not a ballsy guy.
It's confusing, but okay.
I'm a guy, actually.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, I think this is cool, and he really put himself out there a little more so because he was on the Post-Mortem podcast, which Mick Garris does. Mick Garris has done a ton of different Stephen King adaptations and various other things.
I won't.
Created Masters of Horror, so, I mean,
Damn it.
awesome shit from that guy. So, he's kind of owned up and given himself some accountability because of the way he announced
Do you
it.
need a refill?
So, yeah, guys, and check it out. We are already to the last story.
Last story.
Yeah, and the last story is really...
Last story
just
hits close to home for us,
It does, which is one of the reasons
especially
why
for you, Fuego.
Yeah, which is why
And
I
you,
saved
actually,
this-
you
I
helped
saved this
arrange
for
the
end
interview.
specifically.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
if not for this lovely lady, I would not have got to talk to Mr. George Romero.
Oh, well,
Why are you
Which
calling
was
Ramiro? How dare
Huh?
you? Everyone else
Romero?
calls him George Romero.
Romero?
he's the man of
You
love.
really did?
Hey!
This is the first time
no.
you're hearing this?
I'm
Hey,
whatever.
No,
stop.
it's so funny because I
Tomato,
swear I said that before.
Romero.
Like
Let's call the whole
George
thing
Romero.
off.
Yes, he's a fan of him. He's alone.
I'm not hating on Fuego.
You
I'm
go
just like,
ahead,
legitimately-
Lo and behold,
You
if
go
not
ahead,
if
Jaime.
not for Miss Von Slaughter,
Bitch.
I would not have got to talk to the horror legend that was behind Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the
And
Dead, pretty much the
honestly,
entire Dead series, various other things.
I'm the type of person, if I interviewed, and it was brought up about me interviewing George Romero, but this kid, I knew how much he loved the man, and it would not be right for me to interview someone that he loved and admired so much, and be able to ask the right questions. So that was
Aw.
nothing for me. I'm glad I was able to do that.
You're
for you.
warming my humbled heart. So, yes, yeah. It was an awesome opportunity. It was at Scarefest in Kentucky. You can see that interview here on the channel. It's done
Nice.
well over the years and stuff. But, yeah, so Susie basically helped us set that up, and I got to talk to the guy. It was great. But
Although he may have
passed
thought
away.
I was interviewing him, it's okay.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, here's this guy in
Bait
face
and
paint.
switch. Bait
Yeah.
and switch.
Here's a
It's
guy in
okay.
face paint coming on, and I had like death metal face paint Susie had done that day. It was great.
It's okay. I knew
Yeah.
how much you loved him, and that meant everything to me. That you got to interview him, because honestly, there was
It's
no
a career
questions.
like high point for me, honestly.
Truly, there
Still,
was no
probably.
questions that I could have asked that man that Jaime wouldn't have been more.
Oh no, he did way better than you would have done.
Truly, no, I'm totally no. It's true.
When you have knowledge
this
about the
kid-
person you're interviewing,
No, you
will.
understand. This kid, this man was an idol to him, and there's no way in hell I
Kid
would
man.
I would have been able to, one, match that, but two, that was like Jaime's dream, and who am I to fucking take that away from him? So Jaime, with everything, man.
I love you, Susie.
Look, I'm glad that I keep track of things a little bit, because that's me.
Yeah, kind of.
And I'm just happy that you guys have both gotten to do something that involves idols of yours via the show.
There's been a
I
lot
know
of
I didn't
iconic
get you
people
to
on
an
this show.
Evanescence concert, but I did get you to meet Elvira face to face.
Yes, that was.
And
I
Fuego
shit my pants.
got to interview George Romero as a result
No.
of the show. And I'm not saying I made these things happen. I'm saying the
No,
show made
but-
these things
well,
happen.
no,
Yeah,
it's
which
true. And
shows
when,
the fruits of all of our
we had
labor.
when we had asked George Romero, Jaime was honestly shitting bricks, and so that's why
When
I
you
asked
guys
him.
ran back and you were
Right
like,
under the
"He'll
bus.
do it, and it needs to be right now."
I was like,
I was like, I'm grabbing the camera. I was
Well,
like, oh
he
shit.
happened to walk over
No,
during a
'cause I
time when
know,
there was
like,
nobody there, and he was
Jaime-
like, "Yeah, why not? Sure."
I know Jaime was shitting bricks, and I knew how much he wanted to interview George Romero.
Because I didn't think it was going to happen. That's why I was
And
shooting bricks.
that's why it meant so much to me to be able to do that for him. So
Just smile. It's a pretty face smile.
you know,
Thank you, Chase.
that was
Nice
for
to
me.
see Brittany
I'm
outside
so-
of the
I'm
kitchen.
glad that-
I was like, thank you, Chase.
No,
They
I'm
haven't
glad
even seen
that
you inside the kitchen yet.
I know,
Sorry,
right?
sorry.
I'm glad that you were
Hear
able
about
to
me
do
in
that,
Mhm.
because that was your like an idol of yours, and who am I to take that away from someone else?
Well, no, and I appreciate you saw it that way, and everyone got to interview a bunch of different people. you know.
Yeah.
Although, if I do recall correctly, if we're peeling back the curtain a little bit, you were a little
Oh.
frustrated
I was
with
a
the
little
amount of
frustrated.
people you were able to interview or something.
Yeah, I was on my period, so what?
I know. I know. We can all blame that. We can
I
all
was
blame
on my
that.
period.
These are discussions
Guys,
for the
be
live
careful when
stream
you
in
hire
45
female
minutes.
hosts, is all I'm saying.
Wow, this guy can go fuck himself. No, but no, it ended, despite that, but then I realized, I was like, I'm being stupid. And I told you that, so I'm being fucking stupid. I shouldn't fucking act that way. I know. But yeah, so I'm just really glad that Jaime was able to interview someone who is a fucking icon.
Well,
And unfortunately,
it's the same with
he passed away.
Elvira, though. I'm glad you got to do that,
And
too.
John
Like,
Cassier, and
John Cassier,
right?
yeah.
And
No,
Savini.
he's
and-
good.
Savini and Pinhead, you got to talk like one-on-one with Pinhead just because of your accent. Like,
Yeah,
not just because, but he was all about it, and like that helped. And then, honestly, the very
How can I
next year,
turn
have
down
you
a
seen
girl from
actually the footage
Kensington?
of us doing the Pinhead experience?
One
You
moment.
did it, right? I showed you the footage, didn't I?
Yeah.
I didn't show you the
Brittany is
footage
much
yet?
powerful than Wonder Woman.
Thank you, Mariano. And that is so awesome that you're going to be an
Stand
angel
up.
ghost from the ring.
Stand up!
Stand up!
Stand up and move your chair.
Thank you for
Pose.
being so much more awesome
Where's
than
your
Stand up.
sword?
It doesn't matter.
I got it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because I'm more
You got
awesome
this.
than Wonder
You
Woman,
got
right?
this.
I'm more awesome. I don't need my sword.
How dare you?
So, anyways,
Don't disrespect Wonder Woman.
I'm not disrespecting.
Yeah,
I am respecting Mariano. He said I am more awesome than Wonder. Ooh.
She's expecting a spanking. Oh.
Yes! Oh!
This is not where this news was supposed to go.
Don't get involved 2 girls in the booze. Okay.
Yes,
alright, guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright,
It is
alright.
the most disorganized news with booze ever.
Jigsaw, and we filmed the review for the 8th.
Oh, is it up yet?
The 8th day of Halloween.
It should be up, right?
Is it up? It should be up. Maybe it's not. I can't see us anymore, so I can't see our comments. Sorry, y'all.
Shit, did I not
They threw
upload it
me
yet?
off
Oh,
by
no.
doing that. I was
You
gonna
will-
answer something else, but now it's gone.
Oh
my God.
Yeah,
Sorry guys, no, yeah, the 8 Days of Halloween is ready to go. I just need to upload it to the channel. So that's going to be coming up very soon. And then actually at 40 minutes from now, we're going to be doing our Halloween hangout. So if you guys have a webcam, sign back on, check it out. There's going to be a link in the description box where you're going to be able to join in on the hangout with us. We can't have people hang on the whole time so other people can call in because we have like a 7-person limit. But I need to get us all earbuds and all that stuff.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
There's a 7-viewer limit that can call in and talk to us, but we're going to be
There's
on
like
screen and then there's going to be
7
other
different
cameras talking to us, viewers.
cameras that can talk at the
This
same
is
time.
so exciting!
Yeah, viewers are
Like,
going to
let
talk
people
directly to
talk.
That's all the
us.
exposure.
exciting!
Yeah, Susie hasn't been here since we
I
started
haven't
doing
been
this.
here because I'm a dick.
Yeah, pretty much.
We love
Still
Susie.
love
We
So,
stepped up our shit.
Oh!
We're
So
doing
check it
live,
out.
live conversations with our
I'm an
fans.
asshole.
I
I
just-
just in the world on YouTube.
I have a quick question for a cult film video. Are you cool, man?
Oh, whoa.
Oh, shit.
That's my Days of Confused quote, yo.
All right,
Make
y'all.
assumptions about
Thank
that.
you very much for joining us for the Halloween edition of the Horror Show News with Booze. Thank you to Fuego for keeping us on point.
Trying.
Sorry for keeping us off point. But guys, we'll be back in 40 minutes to do the Halloween hangout.
No, we're going to do
And the Jigsaw review will go up not long after that, which is the final day of the 8 Days of Halloween. Brittany and I just saw it. We did a review. Brittany, how did we like it? Oh, you got to tune in and find out.
And tomorrow will be the last of my
He's
Tales
such
from the
a
Crypt
dick.
coverage because we have a bonus Tales from the Crypt episode that's going up tomorrow about
Boom, boom.
movies.
It is. It is. So
All
the
three movies.
Tales from Cryptober continues into November. Just a little
For
bit.
just one day. Yes. One
Yeah, you
very
guys, we've done Tales from
special day.
Cryptober this whole month.
Yeah.
Along with the 8 Days of Halloween.
Yes, we have been busy,
Yeah,
busy
we watched all
bees.
8 Saw movies and did reviews.
Not to mention,
guess what?
there was...
You know what we're doing next year, right? We're
There was
doing
some
like the
else
12
sipping
days
on that
of
tea,
Halloween.
Uh,
Because Halloween's coming on with a new one next Halloween.
There was supposed
So we
to
got to
be-
do the Halloween
there was
movies leading up
you know
to
what's
it.
funny? I actually
a
watched
Halloween cooking special that is going to be pushed
I'm
up
sorry,
to
that's
like
my bill. You need to
Thanksgiving.
step back. Step back.
I've
Thank
heard.
you.
Yes, the Halloween cooking special has
Sorry,
been pushed
y'all.
to Thanksgiving.
Sorry, y'all.
Because there was over 6
Thanksgiving.
hours worth of she did a
If-
cooking special.
If you
Because
want
there was
if
okay,
you want
good.
to push that further,
yeah,
if
there
you
was
wanna
over
push
6
that closer.
I got
Make
you all
comments.
fucking
I know you did. I know you got white shit all over me.
Oh, Susie's out. Susie's out. All right, thanks very much for watching, guys. I've been Cecil Laird.
I'm Brittany Lee.
I'm Susie Gonzalez.
There she is, and I'm Ian Fuego. Peace
And remember,
out.
stay scared. Stay scared.